Before this writing project, how did you feel about writing?
It was okay, but it was kind of not as interesting.
Right. And now that you've done this project, how do you feel about writing?
More interesting and exciting when we have writing on this thing.
And do you think your writing has changed?
Yeah.
In what way?
More details.
Okay. Before we did this writing project, how did you feel about writing?
Well, I felt like writing was kind of hard for me and that I couldn't really do it.
Okay. And how do you feel about writing now?
I feel like I could write a big story.
That's wonderful. Okay. Anything else? That's fantastic.
Well, I thought the whole class wrote a bit better because, I thought the whole class thought it was really fun because we got to use the MacBooks to write it.
Okay, perfect. So this is definitely a thumbs up. Do this again. Perfect. Thank you, Brennan. Okay, whenever you're ready.
What's the question?
So the question is, has this changed your writing? Has this changed the way you feel about your writing?
Yes.
Can you tell me in what way?
To make my writing more experienced.
Okay.
Do it in front of people
Wow.
all across the country.
All right. Before this writing project, how did you feel about writing?
Sometimes confident, sometimes just not really wanting to.
Okay. And do you feel differently now?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about writing now?
I feel like I can write whenever I want and I don't need anyone's help.
All right.
Doing this with the Google Hangout has changed my idea of writing because now I'm writing for people to listen to it, and usually I just kind of scribble words down on a paper and don't think about it.
Okay. Before you did this project, how did you feel about writing?
I felt like honestly boring. I don't really want to do this, but as we got more into it and more writing, it made me feel so excited and made me feel like I wanted to do more stories and more throughout the year.
That's fantastic. Thanks for sharing, buddy. How did you feel about writing before we did this project?
Just like normal writing.
Yeah. It was just like normal writing?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel now about writing?
It's more like an experience for me.
Okay. Could you explain that a little bit?
I think it's more of a big deal now since I wrote to Connecticut.
Okay. And do you think your writing has changed at all?
Yeah, it kind of changed with more details and stuff.
Okay.
And everything. That was my goal to make it.
Awesome. Great. Thank you, Natalie.
You're
Well done.
welcome.
Before we did this project, can you tell me how you felt about writing?
Boring?
Yes? Anything else?
No.
Okay. Did you like writing?
No.
No? And now that we've done this project, tell me your thoughts now.
Awesome.
Now what makes it awesome now for you?
Because you're sharing to a different class.
Okay. And has your writing changed?
No.
Your writing hasn't changed? Okay, thanks. Joe, how did you feel about writing before we did this project?
I didn't like it at all.
Not at all.
No.
Right.
Because I thought it was kind of boring.
Right. And how do you feel about writing now?
I love it.
You love it. Wow. Okay.
Because you get to use all the pictures and recording and stuff.
All right. Thank you very much. Before we did this writing project, how did you feel about writing?
I felt like it was a bit boring and stuff.
Okay.
But whenever we started writing a lot, it started getting more fun when we were using the MacBooks and we were recording it. It kept getting more fun.
Oh. And so now how do you feel about writing?
Now writing to me is fun.
All right. Would you like to do this kind of project again? Yeah.